Y'all, it is Taylor Bridges here, back with another review of Married at First Sight. This is season 16, episode 20. It is our last rodeo. Y'all, I couldn't do it. Married at First Sight, the last 2 weeks, like prior to this episode, was so boring and redundant. I had to just wait until decision day to even get the energy to talk about this again. It was just been the same thing. This has been such a boring season. We have tried to make, what is it called? A mole hill out of an ant hill. I don't know. We've tried to make it bigger than what they gave, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it all the way. I couldn't. Most of this was predictable anyway. The only people I wasn't all the way sure about were Kirsten and Shaq and Aries and Jasmine. I hate how they dragged this episode out so much. I hated it. No way this episode should have been almost 2 hours unless the reunion or something was included. So they really should, Married at First Sight really ought to be ashamed of themselves. I respect my time way too much. So I definitely fast forwarded through everything until literally they were about to say their decision. So this episode, this like my review is gonna be quick. It's about to get right to the point. I didn't even all the kerfuffle. I'm like, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. But you know what? Lessons learned. I bet you they won't get me like that anymore. I bet you they won't. Jasmine and Aries are first. Both of them look really nice. My prediction was that Jasmine would say yes to staying married, and so would Aries, because Jasmine wants this, and I thought that Aries really wanted to give it a go. Jasmine's hair and makeup was beautiful. She's leave out queen, first of all. Like, I'm so glad she didn't wear just like, wigs that weren't flattering. She had to leave out, and it was on point the whole season. I'm glad that when they sat down with the experts, that Aries did acknowledge that Jasmine gave the marriage 100%, unlike himself. Jasmine says she wants a divorce because she knows what she wants in a marriage, and this ain't it. Aries agrees. I'm glad Jasmine chose this for herself. She had me worried for a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Clearly, I thought she was going to say yes. Pastor Cal asks if either of them, and this is where Jasmine lost me. Pastor Cal asks if either of them had any deal breakers coming out of the marriage. And Aries said for him, it would be self-love. So Jasmine immediately, so you're saying I don't have self-love? And honestly, Jasmine, you honestly didn't always show that you did. It's his perspective. It's an opinion. Jasmine definitely lacked confidence to some extent. She lacked self-love to some extent. She showed up to be insecure at times. And Aries was the one who was asked, y'all were asked a question. He didn't just start going in on you and telling you all of these things. But Jasmine is now defensive, and she's now putting it back on him. And, going through this list of all the things that are wrong with him. Jasmine, focus on the question. Are there any deal breakers that you have coming out of this? You've had plenty of time to tell Aries how you feel about all this kinds of stuff. The same stuff you've been saying all season. And that's why him and I think you lack self-love. Because you're really about to go off about the same qualities in Aries that he has been exhibiting from day one, when you're the one here 2 months later. Jasmine clearly made her decision based on what she thought Aries would say. Because to me, she was too emotional to be going on this repetitive diatribe that we had covered back on episode 2. I think by the time we get to the reunion or whatever they have coming up, they'll have dated and or still communicated. I could be wishing on a star, but I think they might. But they obviously in the grand scheme should not be together. They should definitely stay apart. Chris and Nicole, I predicted they'll both say yes. Cool. I think they'll have some sort of drama by the time we get to the reunion or whatever that is they're going to be doing. But I am rooting for them overall. They end up saying yes. Gina and Clint Gina and Clint were obviously going to say no. They gave absolutely nothing. So next, I literally fast forwarded right through their scene. I can't even tell you what they wore, what they said. It didn't matter. We knew they were going to say no. Duh. Like, I didn't waste my time. Our time is too precious to be playing games with Married at First Sight. I'm not doing it. Kirsten and Shaq, my prediction is that they'll say yes to each other. I think they both think they've come too far to just throw it all away and not keep trying. And I think they've gotten comfortable with each other. They've gotten to know each other. And I think they realize that they can do good things together. I do think they could work. I really do. Kirsten says yes. So then it's Shaq's turn. He says it's been difficult stepping up to be the man that she wants him to be. And his decision is going to be revealed next week, which I think is so stupid. Like, this is the stupid stuff that Married at First Sight does. I think Shaq is going to say yes. I think they're just being dramatic just for the heck of it, but I think he's going to say yes. But this is why I was gone so long from the show, because they just keep pulling the BS. Look at this video. Look how short it is. And that's that. But thank you for tuning in anyway, and we'll see, next week what they're giving. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please, like, comment. If there's anything to even comment on, quite frankly, probably not, but I do appreciate your attention. Subscribe to your girl. We got some other exciting shows coming out, and I'm putting out reviews for those. For me, it's just about being inspired and liking what I'm watching. So if it's boring, I'm not gonna review it. Heck, I'm not making money from YouTube yet. So it's I have a full-time job. I have a life. I'm not about to give my life to Married at First Sight for them to give absolutely nothing every Wednesday evening. Absolutely not. But again, thank you. I'll see y'all in the next video.